Hi, and welcome to the demo video of CMS Roadrunner PX, a project management software which incorporates CCPM, Critical Chain Project Management methodology. The software covers 4 different areas: pipeline, which includes overall project status and loading on resource groups and phases; plan, which includes project networks, Gantt charts, and maintenance screen for tasks; execute, which has priority of tasks, resources, and time reporting; improve, which covers project measures and budget overview. Let's start by looking at the pipeline status. The pipeline status screen lists all projects in the pipeline, active and planning projects. It's an overview of status, which has status color that comes from the fever chart or the status chart in the pipeline. Each project is plotted for percent chain completed versus project buffer consumed. A weekly progress is also plotted for each project. Next, there is delay days, which are the number of days the project is expected to be delayed based on the buffer consumed more than 50% assigned for the project. It's also the number of days the team will aim to recover to bring the project back on track and meet the due date. Next, we have the progress indicator, which shows the performance of the project over the past week. We also display the start date, which is the planned start date for planning projects, commit date, due date for the project, and then projected end date, which is calculated from commit date plus the delay days on the project. It also has the number of days on the critical chain and the project buffer days, which gives us the project duration and the percent chain completed and percent project buffer consumed. Also in this screen, a project manager can add new projects. New projects can be added from scratch or from existing projects. Projects can also be imported from other project management systems, such as Primavera, OpenPlan, or similar project management software. Now we'll go look at the pipeline loading on resource groups. Resource group loading screen shows load by week, number of days, and percent load on each group in the organization. The percent load is based on how many resources and the capacity of each resource group. In this screen, decisions can be made on when to release planning projects not to overload the resource groups. Next, we have loading on phases. Phase loading also displays the number of days and percent load weekly on each phase in the pipeline. Also here, decisions can be made on when to release new projects in planning, not to overload certain phases, or the visual drum. A project start date, planned start date, can be moved to offload a phase. And that was the overall look of pipeline. Let's take a look at plan. In the project networks page, we can create new project networks or edit existing ones. Project network consists of tasks and activities built by the team, and the critical chain is determined and calculated, plus a project buffer is calculated and inserted at the end of the project. Critical chain will have red color borders plus red color dependencies. Tasks also have different colors depending on what resource group they belong to. To create a new network, the team simply add new tasks and link them to each other. And also assign other resources a different effort or duration within a task. Upon saving, it will create the critical chain. Then you can level the resources by clicking this button, and it will create the resource dependency with a dotted line. And then we'll have the critical chain plus the project buffer duration is calculated to be 50% of the critical chain length. And that's in planning and networks. Let's take a look at the Gantt charts. Gantt charts display the project network in a Gantt view. You can also show dependencies between tasks, show the critical chain or the current longest chain in the project, baseline view or progress view, which shows the progress on task with the black lines within the task. Also under plan is maintenance screen. In this screen, it shows all tasks within a project in a tabular form, which makes it easier to edit tasks in groups by simply highlighting the tasks need to be edited and changing the common field between tasks. There is also a task reference ID field, ref ID, that can be used to export task info back to other project management systems where required through integration. And that was planning, where project networks are created, Gantt charts are reviewed, and maintenance screen for tasks. Let's go and look at execute. In execute, we look at priorities for tasks and resources. The task priorities screen shows a list of tasks for all projects that are active in priority sequence, prioritized by delay days. In each project, the one task that's causing the most delay days is indicated with the red mark or red siren on the left-hand side. In this screen, the team will look at the delay days on the various tasks and decide the action plan to recover the number of delay days to bring project back on track. If it's not possible to recover the full delay days from the current active task, the team can look ahead at the upcoming tasks on the same chain and see what needs to be done to modify the remaining duration and recover the delay days. Project teams can also make choices of moving resources from tasks with negative delay days, meaning they're started earlier than required, and then moving resources to tasks in jeopardy. Start date of tasks is also displayed in the screen, where the team can go and look forward in the project to plan the start of tasks upcoming in the next days or weeks. By looking the start date of upcoming tasks. Status and remaining duration is updated in this screen by resources by simply clicking on it and updating the remaining duration or changing the status on a task. Which right away reflects on the number of delay days. Notes can also be added on tasks to communicate to the team reasons for delays or other communication as required. Activities can also be entered within a task that are needed to be done for completion of the tasks. Percent chain completed and percent project buffer consumed is also displayed for each task, as well as key resources and other resources which resource managers can control and change from this screen. Phases and subphases are also displayed and can be changed within this task priority screen. Milestones can also be viewed separately to obtain dates for the different milestones in the project. Now let's take a look at the execute resources priorities. In this screen, tasks are displayed by resource. Where we can determine the priority for resources and resolve any overloading or further resource contentions. Tasks are displayed with their status color and number of delay days plus their status, and then weekly load for each task on a resource. A resource manager can also, in this screen, click on a task within a resource and move it to another resource to offload. Now let's go take a look at execute time reporting. Time reporting is an option for resources to report in their projects on the number of hours spent on each task. Hours are aggregated and can be exported to other financial programs or used here within Roadrunner in the budget overview screen. Now let's move to improve. Under improve, we look at project measures, which tracks the number of days by week completed on each project on the critical chain, and it compares it to the target of 5 days a week on the critical chain. The results are also tracked and plotted on this chart for days complete versus target days complete and the percent to target, daily or monthly. Also under Improve, we can look at Budget Overview. Budget Overview shows by project and by resource group the budgeted hours, actual hours as reported by resources within Roadrunner, budget remaining, and hours to complete. Also have the admin screen where resources, resource groups, phases and subphases are set up. Also users and roles are assigned. Thank you for reviewing this demo, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.